Hello here.
Hello.
Subatomic Hero presents to you Heady Set Go. My name is Quinn Warren. I will be your host today. And today, my interviewee is Paulie, otherwise known as Paulie Jackson.
Hi.
Hello, Paulie.
Hello.
So, Paulie.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Hello. It's been a minute.
Hey, what was that?
Oh. I don't know.
Your phone made a sound, okay.
It just makes noises.
I'm jumpy. I'm a jumpy person.
It just makes noises now.
I get really jumpy, and I was, oh, Jesus.
Yeah, whoa.
I just get randomly jumpy about anything,
yeah,
you know? Someone farts, and I jump fucking...
Why are you so jumpy?
I don't know.
What's wrong with you?
I drink a lot of cold brew in the mornings.
Oh, the cold brew.
And it just, I guess it gets me really hyper in the day, and then I'm getting anxious towards the end of the day.
I've been cutting back on the zero caffeine for a month. That's my goal right now.
Well, good for you, Quinn. Make me feel like shit.
I think I gave myself adrenal fatigue. You know what that is?
It's probably what I have.
Yeah.
You know? There's always something wrong with the human body.
Yeah, there's always something. Like, none of us, we're all fucked, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Like the global warming thing. Like that's beating a dead horse, right? But it's definitely... Anyway, what were you going to say? Adrenal glands.
Oh, yeah. You can get too much exercise, you can get too much caffeine, sugar.
Oh, yeah.
And so, yeah, your adrenal glands, like, burn out, basically. I mean, I'm not a fucking
I had a friend, my buddy, we had a falling out, unfortunately. But, she, adrenal glands, she had an adrenal gland problem.
Right.
Where she'd go to sleep, and then, she couldn't sleep, and she just felt like the world was just falling apart. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but the way she described it sounded like hell. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
That can be bad. So that happened to you too, like your adrenal glands.
My sleep has been shitty, and I'm like, consuming 1,000 milligrams of caffeine.
Yeah, man.
Per day.
Like, honestly, I'm just really sensitive to caffeine.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not one of those people who drink, like, 3 or 4 or 5 cups of Starbucks coffee a day.
Yeah.
It's just, like, 1 cup of pretty potent cold brew. But, I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess I also have a hypochondria problem, where I'm just always down on I'm always, like, trying to find out what's wrong with me, to where you create your own reality when you do that.
Right.
So I do that a lot, too.
Placebo fuck yourself.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so Paulie.
Yes, sir.
Where were you born? Where are you from?
I was born in Swedish Medical Center.
Swedish Medical Center.
In a hospital in Inglewood, Colorado.
Nice.
In Ingleweird, as people would call it. Yeah, it's a cool little town, though.
That's I mean, we're basically from the same hood area.
Same hood? Hell yeah.
I mean, we
call
it the Ingle Hood. Yeah.
No, I actually didn't grow up in Inglewood. I was born in Inglewood.
Okay, yeah.
And then I was raised in southwest Denver, which is a little bit west of Inglewood, about a mile west of Inglewood, but a completely different neighborhood.
Like Sheridan, kind of?
Yeah, Sheridan, pretty much. All right, so it's like basically Bellevue and Federal-ish.
Oh, fuck.
Basically right around
so you're
there.
Right down the street.
Yeah, is that where did you grow up over around there too, or was that okay? Anyway.
Yeah. I grew up more like Santa Fe and Oxford.
Santa Fe and Oxford, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, my mom's from the East Coast, from her like Vermont, so she's always had kind of an East Coast accent.
Oh, okay.
And it's kind of, I think that's why I have sort of an East Coast accent, but also because I grew up with this family called the Lombardos, and they in high school, and then we would just. His parents had a really strong, like Long Island, New York accent,
right?
And
right.
we started just joking around, and I think it really just started to like rub off on my personality. Like we just joke and like pretend we were like from like fucking, we're the mafia or something.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of crazy, but it's just like the way. Even when I talk to my brother Rob, who lives in Boston, by the way, yeah, we just talk that way, and I don't know why, because we're Coloradans. We think we'd have like a different. This is the way we talk, and I don't know why. It just comes out like East Coast.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. I mean, like, I think people in Colorado are like, "Oh yeah, we don't have a fucking accent."
Yeah.
But like, growing up, people were like, "Are you from Chicago or something?"
Yeah, because you're from Colorado, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, you kind of do too, like a little bit.
But I think when I talk to you, it comes out more.
A little more, yeah.
You know.
And we do. I don't. Yeah, you do the same thing that me and my friends just do. Where we just
do it as like a joke.
We're almost like joking.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of in there. I don't know where it's from. Maybe it's
I don't know.
Denver has some East Coast.
Yeah.
Whatever history.
Yeah. I mean, it's like we're in the center of the goddamn country.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So there's like all these different cultures coming into one place, and
that's true. It's the crossroads of all cultures. All cultures.
Yeah. Or at least in the States. I mean, my old band, Jade Skyline. Now I keep mentioning them on this show, but we used to have this thing where we would talk and we'd be like, "We're from the Jersey woods."
Okay.
Fucking, we live in the woods of Jersey, and we try to find the Jersey Devil.
Yeah.
You know, and it was like a thing. We did it so much where we couldn't stop.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
Back in the day, like, it's crazy. We're talking like around the time I was around the age from like 17 to 22, was just constant.
Right.
Not knowing who the fuck you were, so just imitate the people you see in the movies or hear on, for instance, a big influence on when we just joke, my friends and I would just joke around was the Jerky Boys.
The Jerky Boys?
Yeah, you ever heard the Jerky Boys?
No.
Alright, let me play a clip. Can I play a clip?
Yeah, play a clip.
Of the Jerky Boys. And there's a certain character in there called Saul Rosenberg. And
that sounds familiar.
He would send me into hysterics. So I showed my friends, and they cracked up too. And then I think it's kind of became a part of our personality too.
Right.
But here you go. Here's one of his.
Hello?
Yes?
Yes, I bought glasses there. My name is Saul Rosenberg.
Yes?
And my eyes are going crazy.
Okay, let me pull your record card. Hold on, please.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Rosenberg, I don't have a record card on you. Where did you buy your glasses? Sure it was here?
Yes, I did. And do you wear glasses?
No, where did you buy them?
At your place there.
What address did you go to?
It's the one right in the city there. I don't quite remember.
Well, there's a lot in the city, and sometimes you can get confused. I don't have a record card on you. How long ago did you buy it here?
About 4 days, and my eyes is going crazy.
Hey, Mr. Rosenberg, I don't think you bought it at this office because
So that kind
I'm the
of
only one
yeah.
here.
I'm not gonna play the whole thing.
All right,
Yeah, like that's definitely
I've never heard that. That's amazing.
yeah. Jerky Boys.
Jerky Boys.
We spent
and
hours,
the fucking name.
hours imitating the Jerky Boys to where I think it became kind of an affliction.
Yeah.
Sort of little bit. I'm honestly probably crazy.
Yeah.
Just from like I at this point in my life, 35. Everything that's left of me is just kind of a neurotic jackass. But I love myself.
Yeah.
I love myself, but I know that I'm a neurotic jackass.
At least
I've
you're
accepted
aware of
that.
it.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, maybe it's not okay all the time, but
yeah.
It's not. Yeah. It's not the worst thing in the world.
No,
either.
It's not. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways, so Paulie, he plays guitar in Subatomic Hero, and he's good at what he does.
Yeah.
He does the nylon thing, and then he fucking does the clean electric thing, and it's cool. But did you play in a lot of bands growing up, or did you not, or what? What's your deal, Paulie?
God, it's more of, I've always just been sort of a shut-in musician,
Okay.
mostly.
I kind of got that feeling for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know. Musicians have a sixth sense about each other. You can tell,
Right.
On a musical level,
What's what?
what's what.
What's going on with them?
Yeah.
You know. You already
just know. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing. But no, I spent a lot of time just inside, shut in, just playing the guitar, just learning the method for a lot of years without even knowing how to read it or even know,
Right.
wouldn't even know what notes I was playing.
Of course.
So yeah, a lot of time I just spent doing that.
Yes.
And I don't know, as far as bands go, I was in a band with my old buddy Amy Miller from high school, and it was just a two-piece thing. It was just, she sang and I played guitar and sang, and it was a band called the Hero of Aberdeen, believe it or not.
Huh.
And
That's kind of a cool name.
yeah, the Hero of Aberdeen was what it was, and we ended up dating, and then the band fell apart after we broke up, so it didn't really work out.
Right.
But if this ever reaches Amy Miller, what's up, yo? Hope you're doing well.
Amy
Miller.
What's up?
And she's got a common name, so
Yeah.
that's good,
There's probably a lot of Amy Millers.
Maybe I should
out there.
maybe if you want to bleep the name now, just for whatever, that's fine. You should probably do that.
We'll see.
But no, and then I was almost in a band. We were almost in a band. We never played live.
Right.
But around the time I was like 16 to 18, I played in a band with my buddy Ryan Hanna and Tarek Hamoud. And he played the bass, and the drummer Ryan played drums. That's not a redundant sentence. But he played the drums, I played guitar way too loud. And I don't know. We just never really got our shit together as a band. So, but that was the first quote unquote. That's the closest thing to the first band I was in. We just never had a.
How old were you then?
Probably 16, 17,
yeah.
18.
That's pretty typical of being in bands that age, I feel like.
Yeah.
It's hard to get your shit together at that age.
And we never really could because, I don't know, we got into drinking a lot, and I lucked out because I stayed alive. Tarek didn't. He ended up kind of in a car accident and passed
Jesus.
away.
No way.
So, yeah, that basically was like, okay, that's no more band.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah.
That's pretty serious. Like, oh shit.
It was kind of like after that, it was like a wake up call. That was 2006.
Damn.
So, a lot of healing has happened since. But anyway, God, I'm not trying to depress the listeners.
No. It's cool. I didn't know it was not cool that it happened.
I knew that somehow I would delve into death a little bit. You kind of got to do that. Everyone's dealt with it, so
Yeah.
I'm not going to.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like. Whatever. Anyway, what ended up happening was it was an eye-opening experience, and I just stopped for a while. I stopped partying a lot. I still drank a little bit, but I didn't party as much.
Right.
And I started running a lot
Right.
back then, and I just really got into acoustic guitar.
Nice.
So,
yeah.
I was playing acoustic for a long time.
Yeah.
So there's my schizophrenic telling of the bands that I've been in, the history.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
Well, it's crazy. I mean, I didn't know that story.
No, I mean,
with,
yeah.
With the old band that made, and
It was like
maybe I would have never known.
I never really bring it up because it's like.
How can you?
Yeah.
You know?
Some reason the question of, well, what bands were you in? I was
Yeah.
like, well, there you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the first band I was probably in, but that's why we broke up, and then So it was after that I was in like an acoustic band with Amy Miller, and after that it was just like CU Denver jazz band.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
like those were fun. Those were really fun.
Yeah.
Really fun. The ensembles. That's where I learned a lot about like.
Sure. Yeah.
Paul, you're playing too loud.
What the fuck are you doing?
And I still kind of do.
Yeah.
But
and those guys will tell you.
But those guys would tell you like,
they're like, you're fucking
really hot on those. You need to turn that the fuck down. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit. All right. Yeah. And acoustic. It was called the Electroacoustic Ensemble. Under
nice.
Really cool guy. Todd Reed was the instructor. And
sounds familiar.
He's a jazz drummer.
There's a lot of Reeds.
Todd Reed, yeah.
In the music education world.
Is there?
I had another
Reeds.
Reed. He was like the head of the music department. He was a really good trumpet player, but
nice.
I just didn't love the guy.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
You know,
like,
but
yeah.
That happens when you go to school, and there's always that one teacher that you're just like, I don't fucking like this guy.
Yeah. I won't say his name, but there was definitely a teacher that, he gave me a C-. Yeah. I was like, just give me like an F.
Yeah, just give me.
You might as well just because the C-, I had to pass with a C. So there was no warning either. He never warned me that, hey, Paul, your grade's slipping. You might want to try to improve it at the end of the semester so that you can continue into your next semester. He just never warned me. I was like, I don't know. It would have been nice. Yeah. And he was like, yeah, I'll just drop a C-, and you have to do the class over again, spend a bunch of money. Like, thanks, man.
Yep. That is too bad. Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, this guy wasn't too bad that I had to school with, and I learned to like him over time. But I think there was a couple things that he would say here and there. Just, I don't know, man. Yeah.
Can we cuss on this podcast?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, fuck that fucking son of a fuck.
Yeah, fuck that bitch.
Yeah.
No, he's fine. He's probably doing great.
Yeah. And along with that, it's I have anger problems myself. Like, so where I've this quarantine has made me realize it more than anything else because it's just been me.
Yeah, you're stuck in your head.
And I'm like, dude, why am I so fucking angry all the fucking time? Like, I'm so angry all the fucking time. Yeah. And I really am. Like, not when we're jamming or anything, but when I'm just...
that's because you get it out when you're jamming.
Yeah, when you're jamming. I mean, there's always a level of anxiety and anger within me when I'm jamming that I will let out with the guitar or whatever. And then, sometimes we'll look at each other and I'm like, I can tell you're probably a little angry too about something. Yeah. And that's cool. That's what's cool about that. Yeah. But when you're kind of in your own bubble, like with the quarantine, you can easily deceive yourself and like just think that the whole world's out to get you and like, which is obviously a symptom of schizophrenia. Yeah, well, but I'm not schizophrenic because
sure.
I don't whatever. And even if you are schizophrenic, you're equal. Yeah. Like that's another thing. Mental illness is a huge thing for me. Like, I know I'm whipping this shit around left and right.
Whip it out. I mean,
whipping it. Oh, Jesus.
Whoa. Whip it which way you want, Paulie.
That little guy out there. I tell you what. Oh.
All right. Yeah. Continue. Okay,
but no. I won't get into mental illness, but mental illness is at the heart of hearts for me. Is one of those things. It's like, I'm related to mentally ill people, and they're just like, people think maybe if someone's schizophrenic that they're psychopathic or something like that. It's like, no, they're just little. Yeah. Maybe I'm on the spectrum of like maybe that kind of shit, but
it's usually the opposite.
Yeah.
People with mental illnesses are actually more likely to be a victim of a violent crime.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
More likely to be a victim of violent crime, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I feel I have a lot of mental illness in my family too, and my own shit.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
And and we don't, and it's totally cool, safe space to talk about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think
I won't say names or anything or
Yeah.
specific, but there are people in my family who've been diagnosed with this or that.
Yeah.
And I relate to that. I can relate to them. And then when I start thinking a certain way, like people are out to get me, I know already that that's a symptom. Like,
Right.
so maybe there's something. I'm almost a certified psychiatrist in a lot of ways, considering how I've had to just basically read the symptoms of almost every single mental illness there is.
Yeah.
And I'm always like diagnosing myself, all sorts of. If anything, it's probably ADD. Because listen to me, man.
Yeah.
I jump from topic to fucking topic.
Well, who fucking even knows anymore, dude?
Yeah.
Like, I've been diagnosed with bipolar mania,
Me too.
ADHD.
Okay, that's interesting.
Audio processing disorder.
Really? That's awesome.
Dyslexia.
Awesome.
Substance abuse disorder.
Awesome.
Alcoholism. You know, the list goes on.
I'm saying it's awesome that you have gotten past all those things.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
Like,
finally at a place in my life where I'm...
No, 18 was a really fucking rough year.
Yeah, that was a weird year for me. But also,
That was a year before Tarek passed away. But totally, yeah, I was diagnosed bipolar that year because I just fucking like ran around the neighborhood in my boxers and threw some glass bottles. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck's wrong with that guy?
And that's just like I don't even really like identify with any of those labels anymore.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just like a product of the world we live in, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like our society is like putting this pressure on the people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like it fucks people up. You know what I mean?
Well, no, and a lot of it, I don't know. I do a lot of self-talk, and I didn't want to admit that on this podcast, but I will occasionally go for a drive and just fucking talk it out.
Yeah.
It's me and me.
Just a little one-on-one time
like
with you and yourself.
But then I don't know. What helped me was knowing that a lot of comedians too do the same. Like Patton Oswalt was saying that if the NSA was listening to him while he's driving, it would be like a special event for them to like put on live Patton Oswalt. Anyway, he does it. He's Patton Oswalt, so obviously
he makes it funny somehow.
Yeah.
Not that you're not funny, Paulie.
Well, no, he can not enunciate. It's the other word, not enunciate. Fucking goddamn it, he can. See, obviously now I can't fucking do what I'm trying to say. That's the fucking biggest ironic thing about what I'm trying to fucking. God damn it!
Yeah, I know the feeling, but yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, we might have to cut this part out.
No, it's fine.
What's the word?
I think a lot of people do it.
I'm gonna drive people crazy. A thesaurus for the word enunciate. Thesaurus.
Enunciate.
See, this is what's wrong with society. We have to do this now.
Yeah, we're so reliant on this fucking. Well, we have robots in our pockets all the time now, dude.
I even spelled it wrong.
And
I'm so stupid. Enunciate.
Nothing wrong with it, but maybe we're becoming too reliant on it. But
and it's not even one of the words. Articulate was the word I was looking for. Yeah. So if you cut out everything I just said, you can leave it on there just to expose how much of a jackass I can be. But Patton Oswalt can actually
time travel. Is that what he's fucking doing now?
Not enunciate. Oh my god.
Articulate.
Jesus. He can articulate his point much clearer than I can. Obviously.
Okay.
Anyway, so what I've been doing is talking to myself a lot in the car.
Right.
Just probably not healthy to be doing that too much, but I'll go for a drive and just like try to talk it all out. And what ends up happening is just, I'm just fucking angry. Like, that's just it. Like, I'm just fucking angry.
Yeah. I feel you, man. And yeah, I mean, a lot of the songs that we play, they kind of have that angsty vibe to it.
Yeah, definitely.
But like, if you're not a little angry in this world, like, you're a fucking robot, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true, man.
Like I mean, granted, like, Denver's a beautiful place. Don't get me wrong, but shit, there's injustice going on in Denver. You know.
There is some injustice going on in Denver. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, I was talking to our buddy Eric yesterday just about that very thing.
Right.
And he did. What's cool about Eric is he does find silver linings in things. And he started telling his story about how he grew up in Nashville.
Right.
And he loves Nashville. But Nashville, the wages in Nashville were decreasing, and the rent was going up.
Yeah.
And that's like, and he's saying that everyone that was in their right mind just fucking left.
Oh, I'm sure.
And it kind of put things in perspective because a lot of Coloradans would be like, oh, goddamn, I'm a native.
Native?
Yeah, and I don't know if that's like more of a prevalent thing in Colorado than anywhere else.
I'm sure it's like, well, I don't know. But I'm sure there is like that pride in different places like Nashville and stuff too. Like, I've heard that Nashville is finally like equaled out a little bit more.
Really?
They did like raise their wages a lot, and like I heard at least for musicians, it's like the cheapest city to live in.
Really?
In terms of big music cities, and Denver's not considered a big music city.
Interesting.
But
no, he was saying Nashville's way expensive.
Oh, I'm sure it
More
is.
expensive to live there than.
But they're like that's comparing Nashville to LA and New York.
Okay.
Out of the three music cities, Nashville's the most affordable.
Interesting, and because I see what you're saying. Like, so,
but not just because of the price to live there, but the wages there make it more affordable.
Right.
But that's just something I read. I don't know.
That makes sense. Like, I see what you're saying. Like, music cities.
Yeah.
As far as music cities go, it's probably more affordable than like L.A. or New York.
Yeah. I mean, because New York is insane, dude. It's like $3,500 a month. You get a little fucking closet and some rich guy's fucking.
Have you lived in
apartment.
New York?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
But I just know. That's,
yeah.
That's what I heard.
I didn't know you.
I've been to New York.
I was just asking. I was
went
just asking.
to New
Okay.
York.
Jesus
all right.
Christ,
All right. Fuck, Paulie.
Hey.
No. No, I went to New York for 2 hours once. It was cool.
Yeah.
But I really like LA, but LA's really expensive too, you know. But yeah.
I've never even been to LA. I've been to San Diego. And
San Diego's cool too.
But I had it was just visiting family, so I don't know anything about like the rent out there.
San Diego's cheaper for sure. And it has really good food. Well, both LA and fucking San Diego have really great food there.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, back where we were talking about, I mean, shit has changed here, Paulie.
Shit has changed in the Denver area.
What are your thoughts? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it bad?
First of all, which part of Colorado did you grow up in? Or which?
So I grew up. I was born in Denver.
Okay, like downtown.
Down the street.
Nice.
Right off Colfax.
Yeah.
Old.
So you're a true Denver native.
St. Anthony's, the old St. Anthony's. Yeah.
Yeah.
And but I grew up in Inglewood.
Nice.
For a little, and then I grew up in Littleton too.
Okay, so yeah, we do have kind of a similar thing.
Yeah. So yeah.
So I don't know. There's a little bit of. I don't want to come off like a jerk. And where I'm going with this, because if anyone does end up listening to this, they probably have heard it before.
Yeah.
From native Coloradans, and I don't think transplants like hearing it,
Yeah.
and I don't think it's necessarily their fault.
Yeah.
I've kind of had a change of heart about it. It's just cities that have, just like Nashville, that property taxes have gone way up in their cities.
Yeah.
To where they can't afford to own a home, and so a lot of landlords are ending up raising rents because of the property taxes imposed. Sometimes at a federal. I don't know how it works. I'm not. Anyway, imposed at a state level.
Right.
So they're just. I think what's happened is I don't know, circa 2008, we had the housing collapse because of that very thing. And there's probably people that know more about this than I do. I'm just a schlub. But Eric kind of put things in perspective. It's like if what happened in Denver, if my wages started decreasing and rents increased at 33% is what he was saying in 1 year, like that's insane.
Yeah. Jesus, 33%.
They were saying, yeah,
in 1 year.
33%. The rent went up by 33%, and his wages dropped.
Jesus, how do you even fucking survive?
Yeah, you can't. So you move to Denver.
Yeah.
That's what everyone did. They're like, hey, look at the prices. Man, prices in Denver. But
right.
It's not anyone's fault. Whose fault it is? It's obviously the banks.
It's gotta be someone's fault.
Whose fault is it? God
Who
damn
the
it!
fuck's
I don't know.
Is it?
But life is crazy, and we're trying to find someone to blame, and I don't know who the fuck.
We need someone to fucking blame, okay?
Jesus.
No, I mean,
no, it's not Jesus either. It might be Buddha.
You can't say that there's no one at fault, because someone's at fault.
Someone's at fault. Like, it's got to be the billionaires. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know.
Because I mean, like,
I don't want to say any names because I don't I don't know, but I know that there's some seriously greedy people that work in the real estate industry that purposely hike the rent up or whatever.
Oh yeah, no, it's insane.
Yeah,
like, I mean, they're just like the gentrified areas, and it's like they fucking do like small renovations where they maybe put $500 into it, you know?
Yeah.
And then like all of a sudden the rent is twice as much.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, it's like what? No, that doesn't add up. And dude, it is kind of sad, you know, and like.
And that's a terrible thing too, because there's a gray area there. Because I think it's good to renovate. But if you're gonna renovate, don't fucking price gouge. Like, don't.
Yeah.
Just make it a livable place.
Yeah.
Because I honestly, another thing that's a big problem is like just the new designs of these homes have completely. I mean, what happened to the old town? What do they do in the old town?
Yeah.
But more important, what are they doing to the trees? Like, it seems like all these new developments. The problem is, you need more people in one place. Yeah. So they got to get rid of for some reason they got to get rid of the trees in the way that probably they plan it. But there's got to be a way to keep at least some tree cover in these neighborhoods if they're going to demolish the old home. And that's where I got that's what bothers me. That's what's been bothering me.
Yeah. It's my 2 cents on it too, and was like, I really wish I knew more about it because it does affect us, you and I, immediately. You know, I mean, dude, I used to have a room in Inglewood for like $400 a month. You know?
Yeah.
And then I had another room in Denver for like $450 a month.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And like, as artists and musicians, like, we could survive, you know? And it's not only just artists and music, it's lower income bracket people.
And it's almost like we were making just about the same amount of money back then too.
Yeah, I mean, shit, I'm barely making more money now than I was.
And like the rent here, it has had to increase because that's just the way the markets are. You have to play the markets.
Yeah.
But not in such a terrible way.
Yeah.
That.
At least we did raise the minimum wage here, but it's like, it still doesn't like add up, and it's just like, another thing that it's just like crazy to me is like, how are our essential workers getting paid less than unemployed people right now? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, people on unemployment right now are making
$600 a week, yeah.
More than, well, yeah. And then
sometimes
they're getting
$800, yeah.
And they're getting another $200 from the state, so they're making $800 a week untaxed.
That's insane.
Yeah.
It's almost like we have a death wish as a country.
Yeah, and it's like, what does that say about our country in general. Like, how do we see our people in general? Like, the people that are essential, like, they're getting fucking next to nothing, you know? If $800 is what the government deems a comfortable living wage, then, like, that should be the minimum.
Yeah.
Right?
It's almost like they want us to be unemployed.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, I don't know. I'm not going to name the apps. But it worked for a couple apps. I'm sure everyone else has worked these apps. But, geez. There's been a huge decline in the wages from those apps. Just in the past couple weeks.
Really?
I have no idea why. I think it's oversaturation because
everybody's like
Instacart.
And I'm sure there's some other fuckers out there who are like
so many people doing it
on unemployment, and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna do a little Instacart on the side." Is that a thing you think you could do?
Probably not legally, but
yeah, I'm sure people
are doing that.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
but they're probably getting away with it, and it makes me want to do it too.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
but
dude. I mean, I've about
definitely
leaving my job.
Yeah.
And just being like, fuck yeah, I'll get unemployment. But then it's also like, I'm like, what happens when everyone stops getting unemployment? You know, like no one's gonna be working anymore. Like,
yeah. I don't know. I saw something that was really sobering today on Nova. Nova has a really good documentary about. I think it's Nova, but they have this documentary about AI. And how in China there's a distribution company that people they don't shop at all. They just don't. They don't shop for groceries.
Right.
They just. Really?
This is like old people, or is it just people?
No one shops for groceries. It's machines. Machines like you see in like the Matrix. It's like sci-fi you're watching, but it's in real time. It's really happening. These little like buggies are moving around in this giant warehouse, and then they pick up someone's order, and then the order gets shipped out the warehouse to a drone, and the drone drops off the groceries.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So.
God, what is that called?
With the documentary.
Yeah.
It's I was watching it earlier today. It's something about AI. I'll look it up here. It's definitely worth watching. It was one of the best documentaries on AI that I've seen. If I just hit AI, we'll probably find it. Yeah, this one. In the Age of AI. It's a full film. It's free on YouTube.
No way.
It's called In the Age of AI, and it was... Yeah, it's from PBS, so it's...
probably pretty... they probably did their research. PBS is...
Yeah, no.
Usually pretty good about that.
Not too bad. It's just.
I mean, that's crazy, dude.
Just goes to show that they're already there, and we're probably gonna do the same thing.
Yeah.
So, I think everyone's terrified about what kind of jobs are we even like? Humans are. This is another thing I'll rant to myself about. Like, are we even worth anything, as far as like jobs go? We're just great apes, man. We're just we run around with like more advanced thinking and opposable thumbs, and the Earth fucking hates us. We're just like little bugs that bore into. We're like an infestation ourselves. Just we suck. We're terrible.
Yeah. I think about it a lot too, man.
Yeah.
I think about like, first of all, what the fuck even are we? And how in the fuck did we even get here? You know what I mean? Like, we're just like these fucking ape animals that like just happen to get smarter than every other animal on Earth.
Yeah.
And then we're like, ha, smarter than you now, bitches. Like, but then at the same time, like, are we really that smart?
Yeah.
Or did we just figure out a way to fucking dominate the world? You know what I mean?
Column A, column B, I think.
Yeah.
We're smart, and we found out a way. We found out a way to dominate the world because we're slightly smarter, but we're really not that. As we have an ego about us.
Yeah.
I do too, to where I think I'm special sometimes.
Right. Everyone has.
But then I
little
zoom
bit.
out for myself. I almost astral project. I'm like, you know what? I'm in a fucking Nissan Versa, spewing out a bunch of goddamn, coal turds, and they're contributing to the global warming crisis. And I have to take a longer shower because I have thin, dry hair. And so I'm taking up all the water supply from the Colorado, it's not the Colorado River that we get I don't remember what it is, South Platte. Take all the water from the South Platte. I don't know. I consume.
Yeah.
So I'm not special. I'm fucking cog in the chain of madness that is the dying planet.
It's tough because we're forced to consume.
Yeah.
But I want to go back to what I was saying a minute ago about just like intelligence in general and how human beings seem to think that we're like this super advanced species, but like, dude, there's animals out there that like they just know shit.
Yeah.
Like they know like what foods to eat without anyone ever telling them, right? Or at least we think so. Like who knows? Maybe they have their own. Like how do they figure that shit out without like going to school and being like, all right, you can't fucking eat this berry or else you'll die.
Yeah. They don't know. We don't know, but they know.
They have like some form of gnosis.
Yeah.
Of just it's in their genes and they just do it. They're just like, oh no, I know this is bad. I just know it.
Yeah.
What the fuck? That's crazy smart to me.
No, absolutely. Birds are interesting too.
Yeah.
I think am I crazy, or has this happened to you recently? If the birds have been a little more aggressive.
You think so?
No, like maybe I am. No, in the grocery, maybe I'm just outside in the daytime more. Because me, I used to do the bike taxi thing downtown, and was up at night all the fucking time, night owl.
Yeah.
But the swallows in the grocery store parking lot just fucking like dipping around, almost. And then there was a bird that almost flew into my fucking window. Felt like it was an Alfred Hitchcock movie.
You know what's going on?
What's up?
We're having this crazy moth infestation in Colorado right now.
Jesus.
Like,
yeah, no, I got hit in the face with a moth there.
Yeah.
It's like, hey,
apparently
open
it's
the
like
door
one
and
of the
fucking flapped me in the right in the eye.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead though.
No. Yeah, it's crazy.
A moth epidemic?
Yeah. And apparently it's one of the worst it's ever been. And it's funny you mentioned this because I fucking saw this bird just like I saw several birds today just swooping down like you said. And then it took me a while because he was swooping like really close to me. It was just one bird in particular like that I kept passing him throughout the day. And then I realized he was just hunting these fucking moths there, dude.
Shit.
Yeah.
So the moths are, man.
Yeah.
They're like outdoing the butterfly. Apparently, we have a butterfly shortage. Is
Really?
what my buddy, was telling me about. Roommate and buddy. How do you say that? Like.
Buddy.
Roo-buddy.
Roo-booty.
My roo-booty. Well, that just sounds. That sounds sexual.
Yeah, it does. My roo-booty.
He was telling me that there's this butterfly shortage.
Yeah.
And I guess I think we've all been in the grocery store and glanced over and hey, look, cover of National Geographic. What's it say? It says that there is a shortage of insects as well.
Really?
Yeah, it was saying that we're running out of insects. So is it the end of the world, Quinn? That's my question.
It feels like it, dude.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel right. But
it's interesting you should say that because also, I was watching a documentary about how humans can sense when the temperature isn't right as well.
Right.
And I don't feel like this is June that we're standing in right now.
It's hot as fuck. I thought it was already summer. It felt like summer already, but it's not even summer yet.
It felt like we fast forwarded to the end of like July, or at least maybe the beginning of July.
I'll tell you what. I've had a fucking headache like all the time. But I don't know if it's like I'm working, because I was doing the bike taxi thing too, and was working nights, and I was used to that climate. It's a little cooler.
Yeah.
Now I'm out in the heat, and it's like 95 degrees out. And I just go home.
Yeah, you're doing landscaping out in that shit. Yeah. I've been driving around in it, if that makes you feel any better. But
yeah.
So I've been feeling it.
So I don't know, dude. It is crazy, but I'm kind of like a two sides of the coin guy. Like that's how I feel about the AI thing too. And I want to talk about the AI
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
But like, someone said something great on Facebook the other day, and I was like, "Oh fuck yeah, I can get down with that." They were like, "2020 is the year of 2020 vision
Yeah.
because everyone's opening their eyes.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, everyone can see more clearly now what's going on in the world around with them. Like, you know, like we are having this huge issue with global warming, and it's realistically, if we don't do anything about it, like we're dead in like 60 years, maybe less. You know?
Yeah. No, like I don't know. I think collectively, I don't know who the. See, I'm really bad with names, but there's been a lot of people say that humans, for the most part, are inherently good. And I know I just contradicted myself because earlier I'm like, "Fuck us," but that's just my anger. That's like, logically, I know deep down in my heart, without when I put my anger aside, I know that inherently most of us are good.
Yeah.
And I think that most of us probably want things to get better.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that's true, for sure. I think most people want a better world, for sure.
Like,
but
it's,
go ahead.
Here we are. We have arrived at the, one of the cause. A lot of people don't want to. They want to be willfully ignorant of the fact that fossil fuels, and methane from cattle are two of the largest contributing factors to why it's getting unbearable.
Yeah. And not only that, but like the rainforest that we are cutting down to continue to farm cattle and other livestock animals in a mass produced way. And Jessica and I talked about this last week on the last podcast episode.
Nice.
A little bit too, and everyone's thinking about it now, at least. You know what I mean? Maybe not everyone, but more people are being like, "Oh shit, this could be a real thing," you know?
Definitely.
And like we look at all these meat markets are like looking like they might even close down because it's not a safe place to work.
And ever since I joined, what was called the Shooks before, but Subatomic Hero.
Yeah.
You guys have been talking a lot about it, and just noticed that you guys have a really good, like pure optimistic energy that maybe I didn't quite have entering the band. I was a little more like smoking a lot of cigarettes.
Right.
Probably contributing to a lot of the fucking problems. Throwing my cigarettes on the ground and like I don't know. Go and eat Taco Bell every night with this like ground up cow that is trapped in a fucking box and sent. Yeah, I don't know. I saw this one video with this fucking pig was getting sent down in the depths. It was just like shaking around. It was like shaking around, just writhing around.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, man, and we eat that thing. We consume that pain, and it becomes a part of us.
Yeah.
We
are what we eat. And no, that's awesome to hear you say that. I mean, like I've been there too. I think like I used to think of myself as someone who was like so environmentally conscious and like was even considered myself like an activist, But then it like the more you fight and you fight and you fight, it just seems like nothing's happening. And why the fuck?
I mean, you feel like just throwing your hands up and just giving up.
Yeah, and you just say, fuck it. Like, I'll throw my cigarette butt out the window. Fuck it, I'll eat this fucking processed fucking cow burger. Fucking...
Yeah.
Fuck it, I'll burn, like, a bunch of gas and shit in my truck. But I finally... What with at least veganism, what I realized was I could contribute. Like, that was a way that I could contribute. You know what I mean? And it was the easiest way to contribute. Like, I didn't have to figure out.
So what? I'm kind of inspired. I'm kind of trying to. I really am. I'm not trying fully.
Yeah.
Because I will give in. And I'll. God damn it! I need some Taco Bell or something because nothing's fucking open or.
Right.
And honestly, the system is designed in such a way that if you're up kind of late.
Yeah. And
you're tired, fucking Taco Bell is really the only thing that's not gonna give you a huge fucking nightmare. Or like, what the fuck am I supposed to eat? Like you get cornered by society.
Yeah.
To be forced to eat Taco Bell.
Yeah.
But anyway, what are some of your favorite vegan foods? Like, if I can throw it at you, I'll be the host for one question. I'm the host for one question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'll start out with late night food in Denver. And I agree, it's limited when it comes to the late night stuff. And something that you can get on the fly that's affordable. So, Burger King, and I'm not 100% about still supporting Burger King. So I do it on a limited basis.
Sure.
Because, they're still doing what they're doing.
Right.
And now they're just being like, hey, we got a vegan option too, motherfuckers. Like,
right. Yeah.
We're going to make money off of you too.
No, yeah.
But it's good to have an option that it's annoying because the whole burger is vegan besides fucking mayonnaise. Like, they didn't put cheese on it. They didn't put a meat patty in it, but they decided to put mayonnaise. It's like, come on, you could have just got rid of the mayonnaise.
And the mayonnaise is not vegan.
Yeah.
Right, because it has...
It's got eggs and...
Yeah, okay.
Milk or whatever the fuck. I don't even know. I never liked mayonnaise.
That's the thing, I'm a crazy egg eater.
Oh, are you?
I eat eggs like every other day.
Fuck.
So...
That's not good, Paulie.
Yeah, I don't know. That's not good either. I can't live without eggs. Okay? I gotta have my fucking eggs.
Okay.
Alright, you take my eggs away!
Well, they say that you should at least... Like, how many fucking eggs?
Sorry, I watched a lot of Seinfeld, obviously.
Yeah.
There you go. That was totally, you guys, anyway, that was a Larry David thing.
How many eggs are you eating?
3. 3 every other day. But I do the free range things.
3 every other day.
Free range chicken eggs.
That's not too terrible.
They're from the free range, right?
They say I think you should have like 1 to 6 eggs a week if you are going to eat eggs because they have a lot of cholesterol in them.
Yeah.
So it's not good for your heart.
No?
No.
And I do cook it with oil.
Yeah.
So that makes it worse.
I'm sure. I've been trying to do less oil, but that's something Jessica's doing now. She knows more about this shit than I do because she goes to school for nutrition and shit. So
interesting, yeah.
But so yeah, you can get. They have a burger there. They have the Impossible Burger, and it's like it's pretty cheap. It's like $5 for like a double patty or something like that, or.
And that's a vegan burger.
Yeah, but it's not full. You have to go there and you have to be like, I want the Impossible Burger without mayonnaise.
And they close at midnight.
Do they close at midnight? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other thing.
So if you're up past midnight, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You have to get a bean burrito from Taco Bell.
Yeah.
If you want to do the vegan option.
Or yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
Bean burrito from Taco Bell. Yeah. I like to go down to Jerusalem's.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
They have really good everything.
Yeah, if anyone's in Denver and they've never been to Jerusalem's, you gotta fucking go to Jerusalem.
Go to Jerusalem's.
It's Evans and...
They got the meats. How do you do it?
Yeah.
What do you eat there that aren't like chicken shawarma and gyros?
So I got my coworker onto this, and he fucking loves it. So you go to Jerusalem's, you get the falafel sandwich.
Right. Yep. Tzatziki sauce.
And then you ask them to put hummus in the falafel sandwich. And then you also get fattoush.
Fattoush you.
Yeah. In the sandwich. And it's the best goddamn thing ever.
I don't even know what that is. What is that?
Fattoush? It's like diced up onions, cucumber. Actually, it might not have onions. But it's like cucumber, cilantro. And they put like this lemon juice in it. And
You know what's also good is the stuffed grape leaves where they put the rice inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, my buddy Tarek, his parents would always make that.
Those are good.
I was like, damn, it's really good.
It depends on who makes them, but they're pretty good at Jerusalem's. I don't have a lot of places to compare them to, but yeah, I think that is like $6.
Not bad.
Just for one of the sandwiches. I usually get 2 because I'm a hungry hippo.
Gotta have, yeah. No, I usually I'll eat an entire pizza in one setting. Or one sitting, whatever you say.
But otherwise, I have my 2 staple meals, and it's like I eat this all the time, and it's just to get all my shit in there. So, wake up in the morning, throw some oatmeals in the fucking microwave.
Oatmeal is what I'll eat like every other day as well.
Yeah. And then, I've been doing.
I'm like a totally habitual, just in my everyday routine, to where it's got to. One day I started doing eggs every other day and oatmeal every other day.
Yeah.
In the morning, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's just because it's perfect. Those are perfect pairings with the cold brew coffee. And
yeah.
I always feel like really energetic from those 2 breakfasts.
Oh, I'm sure.
That's what I found out. I was even worse before I throw bacon in with the eggs.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I don't really eat a lot of bacon anymore.
Dude, I used to eat so much bacon. It was terrible.
It's like just the amount of fat that builds up after you cook the bacon. You pour it into the...
Yeah, you pour it into the fucking old tomato cup.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like... What even is that?
This is going into me now.
Yeah,
like,
you look at it and you're like, that's going into you.
Yeah, this is like the leftover stuff but all that's still in the bacon, and you just put it in there. That's gonna hang out in there, and it's not going anywhere. It's not gonna go nowhere.
Yeah,
you know,
it's crazy.
Unless you do like some smash yoga. Well, that's not a real thing.
Smash yoga.
Yeah.
Some hot yoga, some Bikram yoga.
It's a new yoga routine. Okay, it's way faster. You don't hold dog. You just keep going.
You smash it out.
You smash out yoga.
It's time to smash yoga. But, yeah, oatmeal. I'll throw some frozen berries in there. Let them kind of melt in the mix, and then fucking try to throw some hemp hearts in if I got them around.
Yeah, I'm a big blueberry guy. I'll throw the blueberries in the oatmeal with peanut butter and bananas.
Yeah,
and
whatever
granola.
you can. Yeah.
That's probably my healthy breakfast.
Yeah.
It's like steel oats, banana, blueberry, peanut butter, and then like some fixin'. So actually, I will throw some chocolate in there.
Yeah. Well, you know, and like
some dark chocolate.
That's good for you.
Yeah.
Like that's a perfect vegan meal that you could do every morning if you wanted to, you know. Or
it's honestly one of my more looked forward to meals.
Yeah.
It's easy to make, and it's just it hits the spot. It's like it works.
Yeah, I do that a lot. Or I'll do quinoa, but the quinoa takes some more preparation. But it really doesn't. I think with quinoa, like, I do miss it.
I attacked quinoa on Facebook one time.
What?
And I feel bad. I think it's just I never could get into quinoa. I don't like the way it tastes.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's a way to make it good. Yeah, you gotta probably find a vinaigrette or something.
Like, you can make it, I do it as a cereal. So I do the same thing without the oatmeal, then I just replace it with quinoa.
Okay.
And then you throw some fucking agave nectar on there or something.
Yeah.
And it's good. And then, other than that, I'll do, like, you gotta get your beans in on a vegan diet.
Before this podcast, I went and bought some enchiladas, some Amy's enchiladas, you know, no cheese, just like black beans and whatever, and then some tacos.
Nice.
And some vegan cheese. And some beans.
Dude. So you're like trying it out.
I'm trying it out, yeah.
That's good, dude.
Like, just, I'll probably eat cheese and probably eat eggs.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll wean off them. And like you were saying before, coffee, how do you feel like from not drinking coffee? Is there a difference in, because I have like some anxious
the first 2 days
tendencies.
They were great.
Okay.
I like slept amazing. I didn't sleep amazing last night for some reason. I'm feeling a little bit more sluggish today.
The heat, man.
It's the heat. It's probably the heat.
And the changes in temperature.
Yeah.
We had that one day with that huge wind went just screaming
yeah.
through the valley.
Yeah, it blew
Out of nowhere.
trees down, fucking crazy. But yeah,
It was hurricane force winds.
yeah. We'll see. I'll let you know how I feel like a couple weeks from now without any caffeine. But I've been
Okay.
drinking this shit called Rasa.
Oh wait, so you just kind of started stop
like
drink
3
coffee.
days ago.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice. Because I've been thinking about doing the same thing.
and it wasn't coffee. Like I never really liked coffee too much. It just like they really.
I love it. I just
Yeah,
rely on it.
yeah. They
Apparently,
say-
it's good for your heart.
Yeah, it is good for some people. They say it depends on who you are though. Like for me, I can feel it automatically. My stomach's like,
Yeah.
we're not doing this shit. And then my skin gets all weird. Like I swear to God, like I can feel my skin drying up like immediately.
Yeah, no.
And
I have the
then-
opposite issue.
Yeah, but then, my dad drinks a fucking pot of coffee a day, and he's not fine. He's got a lot of health issues, but
Yeah. No, a
But-
pot of coffee days is
yeah, that's a lot.
too much.
Yeah, but coffee can be good for you. But and then I got into these fucking bangs for a while, and like the Quakes, like those crazy energy drinks that like
Oh, yeah.
they have like creatine and shit in them, and
Okay. Were they any good?
yeah, they're good, and they're
Yeah.
not like the worst of the energy drinks. I would say they're the best, but they also have like a bunch of branched chain amino acids in them, and apparently like if you have too much branched chain amino acids, you can give yourself fucking diabetes. Like that's another reason to stop eating meat.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Branch amino acids are in meat as well.
yeah,
I didn't even heard of that.
I mean
Branch?
amino acids
How
are
do you,
in
how do you spell that? Branch amino?
branched chain.
Branch chain amino acids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And amino acids are in every food. Like it's what makes up food.
Yeah.
Almost. Like I'm not an expert, but the only thing that doesn't have protein in it, which is what amino acids are, is gelatin.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Like the only food.
the only food. Yeah,
Huh. I thought maybe corn wouldn't have any protein.
it
It
has
probably
its-
does.
Yeah,
So gelatin.
gelatin is the only known food.
So that's not even food then.
That's what I heard.
I don't even think Jello is food.
Gelatin's it's not. It's
Not
just
really.
like a weird byproduct of animal carcasses.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was just like a weird inflated sugar
No.
or some shit.
No, dude.
Yeah.
It's like a byproduct. It's like the extra shit.
So it's actually animal byproduct.
Yeah.
Jello.
Yeah. Yeah. They're like it's gelatin was
So it's probably like bone marrow or some crazy shit.
I don't even know, it's not even bone marrow. It's like the shit in between. I don't know.
All
But-
that shit.
Yeah,
Cartilage.
Or it used to be like horse hooves. Like they used
Oh,
to
man.
make gelatin out of horse hooves.
Yeah, Instacart. People love their Jello.
Yeah.
I've noticed. Yeah, they like avocados a lot.
Yeah.
I think that was. It's just like people are. It was like
Avocados and jello.
a year ago or two ago to say, hey, we're having an avocado shortage. People were like, yeah, let's make it worse. You know?
Yeah.
I think that's what happened. Like, people make things worse when they. We just tell the public that there's no COVID-19, and people will be like, "What are they saying? Are they trying to kill us?" And then they actually will social distance. You just say, "Hey guys,
Don't do
go
that.
on out and just start partying. Just get out there," and then people, won't
Yeah.
because they want to do the opposite of what the government says.
Yeah.
It's like reverse psychology.
Yeah.
Don't go out.
Yeah.
And don't eat avocados. Or no, eat avocados, please.
Well, it's a real thing. For sure, reverse psychology is... It's strange, because, like, you can see it a lot in little kids. And so there's, like, this apartment complex that I work at, where there's these fucking little kids running around, and they're just...
Yeah, dude, no, I'm surrounded by kids. It
They're
drives
making-
me crazy.
They're
because
making life harder for us, okay?
they're you don't want to fucking hit them with your car.
Yeah.
They can fly around their bike, and you're like, ah, Jesus, kid! You want to scream, like, get the fuck away from me!
Right. Well, at
You're
my work, it's
fragile.
like they're throwing rocks everywhere,
Yeah.
and you go over a rock with the lawnmower, and it fucking flings it out somewhere, and it, like, hits the kid in the face.
Oh,
you know?
good.
Like,
That's what it deserves.
But no, there's this one kid, I'm I'm like, hey, make sure you don't fucking, like touch those rocks over there.
Oh, yeah.
Sure enough,
Yeah.
He runs over there and it's like, like.
I think they just want to do terrible things. And I think if you told a kid to throw a rock at someone, hey, could you go throw that? Hey, no, it wouldn't actually. No, reverse side call. If I was a kid and someone was like, hey, could you go throw this rock at that person?
Yeah.
I'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you're freaking weird, man.
Throw that rock.
I'd run away,
Yeah. Yeah. You know what did work though? We were digging this hole and the kid's like, what's in the hole?
Yeah.
And we're like, there's a monster in the hole.
Okay.
And he like starts crying and
Of
like
course,
freaking out.
You're traumatizing kids, Quinn. Jeez.
Yeah, I'm like, and
I traumatize kids with my face. I just go outside and I have this mug on I just have a frown on my face most of the day.
Yeah.
The kids are like, "What's that, Mom?" You know.
Yeah. And like, I was like, I'm just fucking playing around with the kid, but like, I forgot how much that used to affect you as a kid.
Yeah.
Like, you actually believed in monsters. At least
dude.
I know I did.
X-Files. Like,
dude,
yeah, man.
Yeah.
He should be ashamed of himself. The director of Breaking Bad was also the director of X-Files. I forgot his name.
Oh, no
Vince,
way.
I think it's Vince McGill.
Those are both two great shows.
Really, really awesome shows. But yeah, X-Files. He's a terrible person. Scared. He fucking haunted my
fucking douche.
Yeah, he abused me as a child.
Yeah, and
I want pressing charges against Vince McGill because that shit scared the shit out of me, man. Go ahead though. I got this wedgie going on.
I told the kid. I told the kid. The monster he doesn't like when the rocks get thrown in the yard.
Yeah.
And like finally the fucking kid, he stopped.
He just stopped. The monster.
He's like, all right, fuck. If this monster is gonna get and like, maybe that's what the government's doing to us.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's what the aliens are doing to us.
That's what I was thinking about earlier today. I was like, the aliens and the robots are taking over the world. Like, there's a combination. Like, the aliens built the robots.
Could be.
Or the aliens are building robots.
Yeah, maybe they're telling us that we're making the AI.
Yeah.
But secretly,
they built these machines.
They're making the...
Because I'm stupid as shit, I think. Like, I would never be able to, like, put a bunch of chips together and be like, all right, this is going to make a screen glow.
Yeah.
Like,
me either.
Who the fuck is that smart? I don't...
All right.
Like,
no,
yeah.
No one.
No
That's
one.
not real.
No.
I'm going to stop us there.
Okay.
And then we're going to come back and we'll get back in the AI.
All right.
And then we'll talk some more about music because that's what we like to talk about.
Is that what this... Okay.
I mean, we don't have to. I mean, this is great.
You know what's terrible is that as a musician, I hate talking about music.
Okay. So we'll
I
just
don't know
talk
what
about...
I don't like talking about music, and I don't know why.
We don't have to talk about music.
We can, though.
We can talk about AI.
Sometimes do.
We can talk about the lizard people. You know?
The lizard, yeah, that's the stuff I like talking about.
All right.
Yeah.
There we go. We'll be back in a minute. All right. We are back here with section 2 of the interview with my man, Paulie Jackson.
Jesus, is it over yet? No. Hell yeah.
Heady,
back.
Set, go.
Oh, okay. Cooking it up right now.
We cooking. We selling what we cook.
That's right.
And we
should
keep
sell
on
this
doing
fucking
it.
podcast for $10 goddamn.
Like fucking Heisenberg.
Yeah.
We're selling the podcast like fucking Heisenberg.
Yes.
Sells fucking blue meth.
That's right. It's
Okay.
so good it's like blue meth.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, back to the AI.
Yeah.
My point that I wanted to make about this
Let's
AI.
hear it.
Because
Okay.
I was talking to my buddy the other day, and he's like trying to go into the tech world, and he's like trying to do the ones and zeros, the coding shit.
Yeah.
So like he's the guy who knows, and I guess. Well, he doesn't really know, but he's trying to figure.
My
it
ear
out.
just did something weird. See,
Did
that's
you-
what sucks about being a musician. Sometimes my ears would do.
I
Something
heard
weird.
something weird too.
Did you hear that too? Like
yeah.
a boop?
Yeah, it was like a boop.
You did hear the
Yeah.
boop? Okay. I was like, because that went through in my ear.
It felt like that.
It was like a bug in my ear. That's what it felt
That's
like.
the fucking
That was AI.
aliens.
Oh!
Or the AI. Ah!
The aliens know we're talking about them, and they're like, dude, these guys are smart, man. These
Yep.
guys are like level 3
We gotta watch out for
and
them.
like hit DEFCON 3 right now.
Yeah.
Alien DEFCON
These guys
3.
are leveling up.
Yeah,
You can't
they're
have
on to
that.
something.
Yeah.
They're from the East Coast apparently too.
They're fucking on to something.
Hey, these
here.
fucking guys!
Yeah.
But no, your friend does 0101. He does a lot of
Coding shit.
yeah.
We were talking about AI. And like I said, I'm a two sides of the coin kind of guy.
Yeah. No, totally.
So it could go either way, right?
Yeah. It's yin and yang. Yin and yang, man.
Yeah.
That's why I got that.
Yin and yang,
See
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Did you see that? I painted that.
Oh, did you?
That's Jackie
Yeah.
Chan.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's Jackie Chan. It's
Oh, I see it now.
I don't even know what movie it's from, but I did a screenshot of it. It's actually not even a picture tag. I just stopped it right in the movie, and I was really stoned. I was like, I gotta stop that image right there, and I gotta paint that. I was living alone, so.
There you go.
Anyway, yin and yang was my point. Flip sides of the point. Flip sides of the coin.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, there's one path we go down. AI, aliens take over, and we're basically slaves to robots and aliens, right?
Yeah. That's a possibility.
Or we're slaves to some dictatorship that uses AI to control us all. And
Probably more likely the latter.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or whole other flip side, we turn shit around here. Global warming gets back in the fucking like we get our fucking planet. Mother Earth is like, oh, you guys finally figured it out.
Yeah, we're friends again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think Mother Earth is not really our friend right now. It's probably like, dude, wait a second, dude.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, hold on, dude.
Stop it. Remember when you guys had the spears and stuff? I was cool with that.
The spears were a little. It was cute.
Yeah, it was alright. I liked it. And then, like, around, I don't know, fucking. When was the first thing that sucked that blew into the earth that we did? Like, when was the first must have been
the first shitty thing we did, huh?
probably okay. Franco-Prussian War. I think it's right when they started with the muskets and the whatnots. And then, like, hey, what was that? Is something burning?
No, it had to be
Burning my flesh. The earth
had
was
to
like,
be
it's my
before
flesh.
that.
Stop that. You know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, and what about the Black Plague? I mean, I feel like that was Earth being like, hey, I'm gonna test you, motherfuckers. Like
That could have, no, because that's when we destroyed shit. We destroyed like the beautiful land back then too.
Yeah. And then what? The Industrial Revolution.
So
Right.
maybe maybe the Earth has always hated us. If the Earth is a real thing,
Start.
maybe it's just always
What
been
if-
like,
what if
what
we're
the
just-
fuck are these things that are on? I'm trying to get them off me.
Yeah. What if aliens were like, they put us here as like some weird testing ground?
Yeah.
You know? I mean, cause like they always say like it's the chances of us in the whole vast universe like ending up here on Earth are like 1 in a trillion.
Yeah.
Like it's so unlikely that we would end up here, and like we are in this like perfect environment for human beings to live in. It's so like rare.
Yes.
So what if there was something that just was like, let's plant these motherfuckers here, see what happens.
That's possible.
You know?
That's
It's
possible.
possible.
Yes.
But back to what I was saying. There could be a silver lining. We save the world, and we use our technologies, and we use AI, and you know, maybe some
For
like
the better, yeah, for the good.
yeah, or maybe like some 0 point energy. I don't know if you're into that shit.
I don't even know what that is. What is that?
0 point energy is like a way some people have said that they found it. Some people have said like that's what like.
I also found out what the whoop sound was.
Oh, what is it?
It was the draft from when Alex shut the door.
Oh,
We were just talking to Alex, but yeah, that's what that was. I was trying to figure out what that was the entire
Yeah.
time.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
like, what the fuck was that
That
sound?
makes- yeah, you can
Seriously.
feel the pressure in your
Because
ear.
it was either aliens. I
It's
didn't think
probably Alex.
it was definitely no. It was a draft. It's interesting, like that because there's a swamp cooler pushing
Right.
air.
Right.
Just the amount of pressure that just opening a door.
Yeah.
What a, duh. We learned that in grade school. But anyway, what you're talking about? You're talking about point zero stuff. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Okay, so like 0 point energy is what is theorized as how flying saucers run, because supposedly, you know, flying saucers is supposedly they have no fuel.
Yeah.
To them whatsoever.
They're not okay.
They're like propelled off.
And they're real.
Yeah, they're real.
They are.
We know they're real.
We know they're
point.
real. That's
Like-
fucking crazy. This isn't like because like that was like a few months ago. It was like okay, COVID-19, everyone go inside. All
The
right,
aliens are
it
here.
was like the government sat us down.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Now that you're all inside, I just want to tell you, aliens actually are real. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is going on? So
Well-
now we know that for sure aliens are real.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
I think
undisputable.
we've known that for a while.
Kind of, yeah. I've always, but I've always not really known. No, honestly,
Yeah.
I've always been like flip coin on
Yeah.
that. I've always, probably not. Yeah, maybe, probably not. Maybe, probably not.
Yeah, I'm there with you.
But yeah, that's interesting. There's no fuel providing.
Yeah. But
so
somehow
I like where you're going. I like where you're going with this.
they have manipulated physics to find energy seemingly like from thin air, or like some people say they've like found like the chi energy. And
Yeah.
I know that sounds like pretty crazy, but like
No.
they even talk about it a little bit in like I think it's like string theory or something, where there's an energy that to like everything, you know, that exists.
Field string energy or field string theory.
Yeah, maybe.
I think it's field string. This Michio Kaku is the. I'm
Okay.
a big fan of that guy.
Right on.
I think he founded string field. String field theory. So that might have something to do with it.
Yeah.
You said there's an energy field.
Yeah.
So they use energy fields to move their ships.
Right.
That's interesting.
But
How the fuck? Why aren't we doing that?
well, some people say that we already know, we already have the ability to do it, but the oil and gas industry is like, oh fuck no.
I believe that.
Yeah.
And then even Donald Trump spit it out. He was like, "This founding idea of the aliens is tremendous and tremendously interesting." Because when you remember him saying that, he was like,
No.
he was saying it was interesting and spectacular that the aliens were found out to be real. But you know, he's Donald Trump, so he just says whatever. He just says whatever. Sometimes it's like, "Hey, gotcha."
Yeah.
And it's like, well, now
We know you're talking.
you
that
admitted
jazz.
it, man. You admitted it, and the fossil
Yeah.
fuel industry is not going to like that
Yeah.
because they're trying to keep that under wraps.
Right.
Wraps. What is
Yeah.
it, wraps or reps? Keep it
Reps.
under wraps.
We're trying to keep these reps up.
The reps. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyways, so let's say we figure out the 0 point energy, we figure out AI. They just do shit for us, and like then we're just like all kind of living in this comfortable society of hopefully all of us are like have everything that we need. We got the food, and we can just pursue our passions.
Yeah, like move on and not have to drill into the earth. And
Yeah.
people, people love that. People are like, dude, I have to feed my family in this oil job. Oh my god, I've never made so much money in my whole life.
Right.
I gotta work in this oil job.
Yeah.
Because this is where it's at, and if someone does anything about it, I will fucking murder everybody.
Yeah.
You know, there are people that feel that way. Like motherfucker, like I always use a Southern guy accent for that, but I think it's a lot of people. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like people like me. If I was working in the oil industry and making like $70 an hour, I'd be like, don't fucking try to take my fucking job,
Don't take my fucking
you
money.
fucks.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
and
yeah, there's gotta be guys out there working for the oil and gas who just fucking off motherfuckers.
yeah,
That they're just like, this guy's not good for us. He's gotta go.
they just throw him off the fucking
Yeah.
oil rig.
Yeah.
Just-
We drown him in oil.
yeah.
Fucking light him on fire. Jesus.
Jeez, that sounds like something I saw in the movie Lethal Weapon or something. Just one of those ridiculous
But yeah,
scenes
it's
you
just
see
like,
in movies.
it's
Yeah,
gotta be real. Like, that shit's happening.
it's been
somewhere.
proven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Zero
yeah.
field energy.
0 point.
0 point energy.
But, either way, I mean, that's the ideal world that I like to see with AI, where like AI just does all this shit for us, and like we don't have to do like crazy labor jobs, and we just fucking enjoy life, and we're also not destroying the world, and
Absolutely.
everyone gets along, and the perfect ideal world, and
That's and that's, you're right. I see where you're going with that, because making that step is going to be the hardest thing.
yeah,
And it's convincing the CEOs of these oil companies that, or it might be the government would have to fund the CEOs of these oil companies and say, listen, you helped us out a lot, but we're gonna have to do away with the oil companies. Okay, we can't have these things. We're gonna give you a bunch of money though. All right, and they're like, no, don't do it. Like, stop crying. We're gonna give you a bunch of money, and you guys are gonna have to get rid of this oil companies because people are fucking, they got swamp ass. We don't need people with swamp ass anymore.
You don't want that
going
swamp
outside.
ass.
You want to breathe the real air. We don't want to be breathing fucking turds, fucking carbon turd from a car.
Yeah. Yeah, and
how do you do that though? How do you do this? How do we do this?
Because there's got to be some compromise. It's got to be like, all right, oil and gas, like, how about you take your money and you put it into this 0-point energy, or you put it into hemp batteries.
Yeah, no, they could adopt a new company.
Yeah.
It could be like, okay, Exxon Zero.
Yeah.
This is Exxon 0 Point Industries. We transferred from being a successful, very, as in the words of Donald Trump, a very successful oil company into 0 Point Energy that we've adopted from the aliens. The aliens have, and that might, seriously be crazy enough to work.
It could work.
Are we fucking visionaries? Fucking Plato and Aristotle just sitting over here.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's doable.
Yeah.
And it's obviously wouldn't happen overnight.
No.
But why aren't we doing it? If because I'm sure people out there know about this shit.
It is doable. I mean, you can. Why? Why? Because maybe they don't know how to do this stuff, and they are so used to. Maybe it's the same way I think when I see these new houses.
Right.
And I don't like them.
Right.
It's like, hey, that's not. I didn't grow up. It's like a cognitive dissonance kind of thing.
Right.
Where they're afraid to know the truth because they're so set in their ways that this is their life, and they love oil. It's my passion. But then I don't. A lot of people, and I hate to mock them because they're smart people.
Right.
And they probably don't talk like but
God damn it, God.
Yeah. They can probably mock me too because I'm a dweeb.
Like, look at these fucking dweebs trying to start their own podcasts and talk to people about shit. And like,
we're just going with our gut, kind of stream of consciousness kind of thing.
Yeah.
But still, what I'm saying is, like, they have a trade. A lot of people have these trades in the oil industry. They know how to tap the oil supply. You've seen Armageddon, right?
No.
That's all I picture. There's people on the rigs, like, with the pipes and spraying oil flying all over the place. But God damn it! Get hold on it! Get hold on it! And then they get the thing right, and then it stops the oil leak, and then it's like, God damn, I got off on that shit. God fucking damn it! Fuck!
Yeah. Maybe it's just.
But it's not like that.
Maybe it's just
that's
the
way
smell of oil.
Yeah.
That's why they keep doing it.
They're addicted to the smell of oil.
Because I fucking love the smell of oil.
It is great. Like gasoline.
Yeah.
I like the smell. I don't think it's oil smell.
Yeah, gasoline.
Yeah,
as well,
it's the
same
fossil fuel. I was gonna say I don't just go out of my way and start doing lines of fucking Exxon
oil.
Yeah, fucking pure
Get
synthetic.
my oil changed.
Woo! Pure synthetic, man. That's a good shit.
Who knows? That might be the new drug. Like,
yeah,
I got some fucking oil,
pure
dude.
synthetic oil. I got that good shit, man.
But
yeah, you might be right. They like the smell of oil or gas.
Yeah, but I know what you mean. What's that movie? Red blood, sweat, tears, and gas out my ass. I don't know.
Is that a real fucking okay? Red
no.
Dawn?
No,
Okay.
it's the guy's got a big old mustache and he's like a fucking hard ass and he's like just really fucking making the oil gas thing work. It's
Oh, There Will Be Blood.
There Will Be Blood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a great one.
That is a really good movie. Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you
He also did Punch Drunk Love,
yeah.
which is really good too.
But yeah, maybe they're just stuck in their ways. And they're like, nah, this has gotta be the way we fucking do it.
Yeah, like and it's just like the same people you see driving these Dodge trucks around.
Yeah.
People are so like, you see them in their truck, they think they just have this. They're always like, God damn. You look at them like they're just so empowered.
Right.
I don't know, that people in just big ass fucking like rigged trucks.
Yeah.
It's
Probably
like, yeah, it just becomes a part of their personality. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm not getting rid of my fucking truck.
They like the idea of it.
Yeah.
Where really, in reality, maybe 25% of them actually need that truck for their occupation.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's more than that, but maybe like half of them
And they could have the
don't
truck.
even need the truck.
Maybe they just like the rumble of it. Oh, that makes my ball. I got a huge set of balls. You can hear them. You can want to listen to them.
You hear my balls?
Where's my balls, man? I got giant balls. They even put balls in the back of their truck.
Yeah, they
That's
do.
when you're like, yeah, okay.
Those are the cats that are like, all right, you don't need that truck. You're just driving that truck
Yeah.
around to just be like, oh yeah, I got a big truck, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, like I understand like some people need trucks. And good on them. Like if you need a truck, just let's go zero, like you said. Not even electrical. Because electrical you gotta use a fucking
You
use
gotta
the
mine
power grid,
for
man.
the lithium.
Yeah, you gotta mine for the lithium, you gotta use coal to power the fucking power plants that provide the power to the power grid, man.
Yeah.
And that's a problem, like
But these hemp batteries could be the next thing.
yeah. You were telling me about them.
Yeah, you gotta check it out. I mean, I really, it's like a brand new thing. I really don't know much about it. Apparently, like, they're already out, but apparently not. Like, no one seems to know. But I'll send you the link to the fucking guy on YouTube. Just look up hemp batteries on YouTube.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, do it now. But,
We don't have to like we'll just
we don't
keep,
have to watch it.
we'll
but
keep it in the
just-
background.
Yeah.
Hemp batteries.
Let's see. Oh, that's the fucking guy on the...
Is this the one?
The-
This fucking guy right here?
Yeah, the Robert Murray Smith. That's the fucking guy.
This guy up here?
Yeah.
Okay. I always gotta refresh it. I don't know why. This computer's really glitchy.
But yeah.
So I wasn't going to bother
Jeez.
with this again because I was going to change over the meters. But when we start to think about the kind of improvements we can make with these devices, actually they're relatively trivial. So the first thing that we did on the last video was just give it longer to soak. Because once it's had its soak time, it performs better. What we did last night was we started to think about how we'd actually made it. It was a bit rough and ready because we wanted to see what was going to happen. So last night we made it really quite well. So we took a lot of care over making the actual ink that we used. And what we've got here is exactly the same device, a little bit of the ink on it, and we've obviously cycled this a few times already. And I can tell you, not very often, because this thing, which has 0.1 of a gram of material on it, and it's 15% millimeters by 50 millimeters, lasts for an hour and a half. Actually, an hour and a half plus. Now, what we've done is when we did that, we had a look at the milliamps it was outputting into the circuit. And when we took it off, it was 20 milliamps. Now, we took it off when it was still delivering 20 milliamps. So it started delivering about 100 milliamps or so, and then fell off to 20 milliamps, and then we took it off. What that means is, throughout that entire hour and a half, it was delivering at least 20 milliamps. Now, we're delivering 20 milliamps for an hour and a half means that on there, that 0.1 of a gram, is at least 30 milliamp hours, which makes it round about 300 milliamp hours per gram. So that's what we're looking at this material, and it was just so exciting to see that running for an hour and a half.
See, we need people like this, man.
Yeah. I mean,
Running the country
yeah.
or something. Just
I mean, he's
people
British.
that are and he's British.
You
know? He sounds like
He sounds like he knows what he's fucking talking
yeah.
about.
He started talking. And I'm like, man, I feel stupid immediately. Just when he started opening his mouth, I was like, I feel like
Milliamps.
milliamps, man.
Nanospecs.
What the fuck are you talking about? But I see that, yeah,
It's kind
amp makes power good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Supposedly these things are supposed to be more powerful than lithium ions. You
So-
know, and what did he say? Like that little strip. What did he say? 20 hours.
330 million.
Like that. Well, that little strip that he's holding, which is like, it's maybe like 2 by 3 inches, and it's like paper thin.
Was it like 30? Yeah. What do you say? 300 something amp hours.
We're delivering 20 milliamps for an hour and a half.
20 milliamps for an hour and a half. Delivering 20 milliamps for an hour and a half. Okay.
Is it that on there?
I don't know what that means. I'm not an
It's
electrician.
at least 30 milliamp hours, which makes it round about 300 milliamp hours per gram.
Oh, per gram.
300 milliamps
Yeah.
per gram.
So that's quite a bit.
Still, I have no idea.
I mean, I kind of know, and I kind of don't. I basically just think about my lead acid battery, and the lead acid battery that I have is 12 volt, 26 amp hours, and it's like a giant block.
Right.
And he was saying how much?
300 milliamps.
30 milliamps.
300 milliamps per a gram.
I think it was 30.
I thought you said 300.
Said round about 300 milliamp hours.
I'm an idiot. I got 300 milliamps per
Milliamp
gram.
hours per gram.
300 milliamp hours.
Yeah.
300 milliamp hours.
Yes.
So that's that means a millisecond. I'm thinking 300 milliseconds. So not quite an amp hour, but per gram, it's about right. That's right. 300 milliamps is what he said.
Gram.
Right.
Which
Either way.
makes it round about 300 milliamp hours per gram.
Either way, we don't have to figure out, but
See, when he says milliamp hour, I don't even know this. Like, how the fuck are we supposed to know what a fucking milliamp hour is? We didn't go to school for this shit.
Well,
British guy with the smart stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's
You know?
why we got guys like this doing this kind of stuff.
But that's probably why we're all under quarantine, so that like the government is like, all right, people, you're all stupid. We're gonna make up a virus, and we're just gonna pretend there's a virus. So you all just go back to school, just go back inside and learn some things. And I feel dumber after 3 months.
You're all stupid because we made you stupid.
Yeah.
So how about you go educate yourself, stupid? Like
300 All right, so 300 milliamp hours. I feel like that's 300 milliseconds. Or no, but 300 milliamp. No, that's exact. It's a million amp hours. Is that what he's saying? There's no way. I don't understand technology. I don't understand.
I think he started out saying though that it was like you could run 20 hours of
He'll probably
20. You know, we don't have to watch the whole
He'll
thing.
probably put it in layman's terms at the end because that's usually how they wrap these things up.
Yeah, we'll see.
Resist sharing it with you because it just shows you what happens when you.
Oh, he's stoked about it.
Yeah, he's really electrified.
And that's what we want.
Yeah.
And a motherfucker.
You gotta have that.
Which is just crazy.
I'm sorry, I'm starting to shut down my brains.
It's all good.
Still drawing 20 million.
I'm getting there
So
too.
you can see the bounce back. There it is there. I'm going to put a slide of the actual photo so you can have a better look at this discharge curve. And there's its discharge curve over time. Then you can see it's round about 5,500 seconds, which is round about an hour and a half. It's a bit more, but let's say an hour and a half. That truly is phenomenal. And I wasn't going to bother you with another repeat of this, but to be honest, when it did that, just by virtue of mixing the ink properly, I thought, wow, that's amazing. Just couldn't resist sharing it with you. Anyway, I hope you found it interesting. Thank you very much for watching.
And yeah, I think the grand scheme of things, you probably researched this more than I have. What were they saying in layman's terms that this hemp can, if it's put in its correct form or whatever,
Right.
Can it generate more power than a lithium battery or the same
Yeah.
amount?
They said they were, in layman's term, the hemp battery is more powerful and lasts longer than a lithium ion battery. It has something to do with the fibers that are within hemp itself offers an extremely good electric conductant.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
good. But the government doesn't want that to happen because Duracell and them.
Well, I don't know.
I
This is
mean-
brand spanking new.
Yeah. So maybe.
Wait, when was this video posted?
I see. My
2016, so
wow,
it's pretty-
probably come a long way since.
It's pretty new.
Yeah.
You know? So, like, we might be seeing it, or hopefully this guy
See, I
doesn't
have this
get...
problem. I'm a negative Nancy.
What?
I like. I'm glad we did this podcast because I'm thinking to myself, and so I didn't even think of the fact that ExxonMobil could probably just transform the entire company
Yeah.
into green energy based company and still make a lot of money.
Yeah,
It's just that can happen.
it
It-
can.
yeah.
It can. I
Like-
think it's just like... I think it's more that they don't know how to do that versus, like, we don't want to do that.
They don't know how to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's like, I think about it in music terms, like, in music marketing, there's all these fucking old classic dudes, like, who worked for fucking Capitol Records or whatever, and what they were doing, it stopped working one day, right? The CD came around
Yeah, the
one
old
day.
cigar smoking
Yeah.
manager. Yeah.
And then fucking, like, whatever, LimeWire came around, and
Right.
fucking, then Apple Music came around, and they're like, oh, it's not working. Why isn't it working anymore? It's like, oh, because they didn't adapt.
Yeah.
They didn't adapt to the change. That's why it's not working anymore. Because you have to figure out, oh, how can we use these streaming services now in our favor? Instead of being like, oh, I fucking missed the fucking back in the day, or we're fucking, like, we sell fucking 8 tracks out the back of the fucking
Yeah.
Volkswagen. I don't know.
Yeah. No. They exactly. They didn't do that.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
And it's like, I see where it's coming from, because in their eyes it looks bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe it is.
It's
But I think it's good.
I think it's
It's in the eye
a
of
little
the-
both.
Yeah, a little both.
Yeah, like some of the greatest songs were made from those old analog tapes that stretched
Yeah.
along the entire room, and they could splice the tape instead of what we do with our software. We can just cut it out
Yeah.
with our cursor.
Yeah.
They would do that with scissors physically, which was admirable, but it's also tape, and you're
Yeah.
wasting resources there too. Just like
Yeah. Well, yeah.
that's one cool thing of it that technology honestly has been. I don't want to say this though because I'm not sure if I'm not concluded on this, but maybe technology is a little bit better for the planet than what we were doing to it in the 70s with the newspapers, like the ink and the
Yeah.
delivering the newspapers.
True.
Because even when you watch global warming and the peaks started happening in the 70s, and there was a lot more pollution in the 70s than there is now.
Right.
So yeah, adapting in music. I don't know. I keep talking about what the fuck is wrong. I keep talking about pollution. I'm like, I've been thinking about. I had a nightmare about a flood this morning. I
Yeah.
can't stop thinking about the global warming thing. I don't know why lately.
Yeah.
But music, right? Then we're supposed to be talking. We should be talking about. Music.
Well,
Let's talk about some
I
music.
was talking about music marketing.
Yeah.
Not necessarily 8-track. I think the 8-track still offers.
Can I interrupt you? I basically right now I'm reminding myself of the dude in the Big Lebowski, where it's like, we'd be talking about something like, and then there'd be a pause, and then the other dude would be like, "What the fuck does this have to do with Vietnam?"
Right, yeah.
Start talking about Vietnam, like when I was fighting in.
That's a classic.
Anyway,
That's one of my faves. For sure. We gotta watch that sometime.
we should, man.
But anyways, I mean, I think 8-track is almost like, it's still to this day unbeatable, almost. Because the thing with 8-tracks is you can capture a full sine wave.
With an 8-track?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But a lot of digital audio workshops, you can't do that unless you have like the most expensive gear, because there's like, it takes bits and bits of the sine wave
Interesting.
instead of the full sine wave. Like,
Huh.
so that's why fucking Jack White is over at fucking Third Man Records recording straight to acetate, whatever the fuck. Because it has such a warm, full sound to it that's really hard to capture. So,
Yeah. It's like you can't really, not all of these at all. I mean, not all of these things that we've used should really be destroyed.
Yeah.
Like, there are some seriously cool sounding things. The problem with us as a species is that we think that we have to keep changing things, even if maybe we don't think there's a wobble effect, that maybe we're devolving.
Yeah.
Like a sine wave.
Yeah.
Like, maybe it can't get any better than some of these analog compressors. Some of these analog compressors and EQ, holy fuck.
Oh yeah.
They just, man, it's just like a sprinkle to the sound. Like, just
yeah.
those knobs that you can adjust, the graphic graphic EQ, you can't really do that in a digital the same way.
Yeah.
You can mimic it, but there is something really special about that. It's like, just like a freight train, just like, or not a freight, but some of those old trains are just so cool. Like clocks too, like those little things inside clock. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Like, whoever invented that, don't throw that away. That's beautiful. Yeah. Like, that's really beautiful. Don't throw that shit out. Like, let's hold on to some of those things.
And I think, what you're trying to say,
yeah,
is get the best of the both worlds.
Right.
Like, have a little bit of the old world.
Mm-hmm.
And then have some of the.
But don't
the new world.
Yeah, don't put out the new world's fire either.
Yeah.
Like, because that's not cool.
Yeah.
When I first heard Skrillex, I actually didn't like EDM, but when someone turned some Skrillex on, I'm like, woo! I had this like.
You had this moment of.
I was like, that was cool. Okay, all right. Maybe I was wrong. I was proved wrong, because I was like, man, I feel really energized after that. Like,
yeah.
I was feeling the emotion. I thought maybe you can't feel the emotion from but no, it's the composition. It's the composer behind these songs that brings that into the robot computer land.
And I was the same way. I used to hate ADM music growing up.
Yeah.
And well, maybe we have our own biased opinions growing up as musicians because we spend so much time learning instruments. But the Skrillex dude, like, he used to play in a band.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know anything about him.
It was like a screamo band, I'm pretty sure. And then he got into, but for me it was Venetian Snares. Have you ever heard of them?
Venetian Snare. I have not heard of them.
So it's like the dude.
And just for you, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna purchase one of these tracks from Venetian Snares.
All right. Here, make sure you get a good one because he's got some weird shit. Some of it is like mind-boggling though, and that's really where I was like, holy shit.
Is it crazy that I still buy songs from iTunes?
It is.
I'm like one of the I still do it because of the FLAC audio, and I'm a conspiracy theorist, and I think that sometimes Spotify will not provide different songs. Like, this seems like you could buy pretty much any fucking song.
Yeah.
On that, but I might be wrong. Anyway, what was it called?
Venetian Snares.
Venetian Snares.
I want to make sure you get a good one here. Oh, I think that number 3. Check that out. Just give
Ogenlikos
us a little
Where
sample.
are you guys from? Is that Sweden?
I don't know what
Yeah,
the
that's
language
Swedish. I think maybe. Wayne? No, not even. Might be Icelandic. It's got that umlaut thing. Anyway, let me play it.
Yeah, what's going on here?
Yeah, I love it. It reminds me of Beats Antique.
Yeah, and like he does that too, where he has a little bit of the old, like it has that old sound to it. But just keep listening, cause like maybe it's the next one. Go to the next one. Oh yeah, this one.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Got that sort of Looney Tunes,
Yeah,
but
just
like
ominous, kind of like
Looney Tunes on like
Looney
serious
Tunes on like
blue
some,
meth.
Yeah, some blue meth.
Looney Tunes on blue meth.
Some-
Yeah. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
It's like drum and bass,
Yeah,
orchestra.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, see, that's that woo thing.
yeah. You're like, woo.
Yes.
Yeah, it's great pedicab music.
Fuck yeah.
But when I heard these guys, I was like, oh my god, this is a whole different world of EDM. That's different than the.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just trying to remember my password
Yeah.
for this. You can cut this part out. I'm just like full concentration. Trying to remember this password for. I still do
Paulie's
this.
just trying to remember his password here. What's the password to your iTunes account?
Yeah. Actually, forgot. I'll do that later. I'll do that.
Yeah,
I'll do that later.
But, anyways, let's come full circle here. Paul.
Yes.
So I think we came to the conclusion with all this shit that there's a yin and a yang
Yeah.
in all of it. You know,
It's a
what is
balance.
good?
It's a
What is
balancing
bad?
act.
I mean, there's obvious things that are bad, right?
Yes.
Like we don't murder and rape people. Like
Yes.
we shouldn't do that.
No, it's not good.
Why are people still doing that? But
No.
whatever, that's its own sorts of issues. But
Before you do that, I mean, I would. Yeah, you just kind of got to kill yourself before you decide to do something like that.
Yeah.
That's a terrible thing to say, but that's
Think
how.
about-
I say that to myself. I'm like, before
yeah,
I ever do anything like that, it's gonna be me first. And
Yeah.
At that point, like I have to program myself for that. You know, that's really dark, but I think there's a darkness.
Who knows?
There's a darkness in humanity,
in all of us.
in all of us.
Yeah,
And
any
we
one of
face the
us could be
darkness.
driven to
Right.
some sort of situation where you might feel like doing that. And I've thought about that too. Like I would rather kill myself than like go on a rampage and like kill like 20 people and torture them, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
but
And these, you know, like, anytime, it's funny because this is a taboo, right? To talk about this kind of thing, to talk about it,
yeah.
but it's always on like Netflix or
Oh yeah.
we
And
were raised with this shit.
Yeah, it's like doom porn. It's like
I don't know. It's like
there's something
so much
about
of
it that like because like Dexter is like a perfect example where like I love that show.
Yeah.
Dexter was so good, but it was also like because it was so controversial. Because it's like he's a psychopath, but he's still trying to do the right thing just because that's how he was raised.
Yeah, he's still trying to say
Yeah.
it. Right.
And then like, I I'm sure, like, you know, it's like, it's hard to say, like, is what he's doing okay? He's killing these terrible people. Is that okay? Personally, like, I'm okay with it.
That I know, I feel the same way
You
when
know?
watching the show, because it's like, okay, well, it's basically like Minority Report.
Yeah.
He's just nipping in the bud before that person does something
Yeah.
that's like
And it's hard because,
innocent
like,
people.
they're human too.
And that's what's crazy is like you'll learn. It's another dark thing that goes through mine is when I see something in the news report. Like, here's a perfect example. Today, my roommate was telling me that some fucking guy shot some old lady in downtown. Just shot an old lady.
Wow.
It's like, that's the person you're gonna pick to shoot. And I know
Just some
that's a
innocent
dark
old lady.
thing to say. And like
Yeah.
I had to put I had to physically put myself in that person's shoes who shot the old lady. And like, could have just shot the guy who was dealing like drugs to the 13-year-old boy or something like that. Could you shoot that guy?
That or like.
But why is it always the innocent people
Yeah,
that get shot?
yeah.
That's my question. You know?
But wouldn't you want a challenge? Like, if I was a serial killer, I'd want like some kind of challenge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But some old lady just fucking walking around, you know, like,
Yeah.
God, that's pathetic.
Yeah. It's like, it's yeah. It happens so much, man. It's like
Yeah.
it's another depressing thing
Well,
that
yeah, I mean,
haunts me.
Yeah,
Like,
it's weird.
It haunts
It's-
us all. Like, it
it's
gives us
part-
nightmares.
yeah.
We wake up, especially when you have the nightmare where you're the murderer. You ever been had that nightmare? And then you wake up like,
Yeah.
I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But then you realize, no, it's just maybe your brain. I heard something, but someone was put it in perspective. I don't, like I said, I'm bad with names. But someone was talking about this the other day, and like that you'll have these really horrible dreams. Your mind will do it to you to remind you of how horrible it is. Like,
Right.
and it's done. It doesn't happen too often, but it has happened where I like killed somebody in my dream, and
You wake up
woke
and
up and I'm like, what the fuck did I just do in that dream?
Why did I do
Jesus
that? Yeah.
Christ!
Yeah, it's like a reminder of like, oh hey, you shouldn't do that. Like,
Because this will happen,
I'm in
and this is how you'll
yeah.
feel.
I'm in recovery and I've been sober for almost 2.5 years now, but every once in a while you have a little relapse dream that just goes real fucking south, and you wake up and you're like, oh god, I fucking hope I didn't relapse, you know?
Yeah, that's interesting. Dreams
and then,
are
yeah, and you wake up and you're like, oh, thank god I didn't relapse.
There's always that person who's like, don't talk about your dreams. That's a comedian talking about.
Yeah.
It's like, I think like it's fascinating to hear people talk about their dreams.
Dreams are
Or
weird.
talk about your dreams.
It's
I
like
think
a whole
it's great.
different world. You know what's
I
weird
used to
about
talk to my
dreams?
brother about dreams, and it was one of the most the deepest conversations with my brother were he passed away back in 2009, but
Really?
were always about dreams.
Hmm.
But anyway, what were we talking about?
No, yeah. What was I saying? No, yeah, dreams are. Oh, yeah. I mean, I read this book once, and it said that dreams and our waking reality are on the same brain wavelength. So technically, they're just as real as the other.
It's on the same wavelength.
Yeah, our
In-
waking reality and our dream world are technically just as real as the other.
Yeah, and everyone's doing this DMT thing,
Yeah.
which activates that world,
Yeah.
and they say it's more real than the actual world,
Yeah.
and that's scary. But maybe
Yeah.
it's more real just because it's completely different. And I don't want to say dimension, because I don't think it's proved. I don't think they've proven it that you actually I don't think you. Maybe you do. Maybe you do experience a different dimension.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe your brain has
Yeah.
different dimensions in it that don't get accessed by your own senses. Which is probably true. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think there is some truth to it. I mean, there's like, well, have you ever heard of the many worlds theory?
No.
It's like another theory within physics. It's some part of, I think it's part of like quantum theory or something like that, but either way, I've been reading this book. It's called Breathe. And then we could go on a whole nother podcast about this book, Breathe. It's pretty crazy, but it's just talking about breath.
Yeah.
And how we breathe, and how we used to breathe through our noses more, and now we're becoming all these fucking mouth breathers, and We're getting dumber because we're breathing through our mouths.
Maybe, man.
It's like, no, it's real.
I always wonder if I'm a mouth breather.
Yeah.
I have to sit there and think, like, am I breathing through my mouth?
I
Sometimes I
think all of us do it sometimes.
But yeah, I will catch myself breathing through my mouth.
But it's also like a byproduct of what we've been eating as well. Like our jaws have become smaller, and like we have smaller mouth.
Yeah.
But anyways, they were talking about like this breath work that people do, and that basically like tricks your body into thinking that it's dying, and these people have like these crazy like spiritual experiences
Because the pineal gland.
Yeah, is it the
pineal gland?
Yeah.
I don't.
The pineal gland's like releasing all the dimethyltryptamine at once.
Right.
And then they're like have this crazy experience. And like that's what everyone says. They're like, it's more real than what we're living now. You know?
No, there are a lot of people out there doing DMT who say that if you suffer from depression, it's a perfect drug.
Yeah. It also can be it can bring up some crazy shit in you too, like some real dark demons.
Yeah.
But it's pretty rare. But
yeah, no, like I've wondered. Someone tried to talk me into doing DMT, like in the mountains. I didn't even know this person. I'm like, no, dude, I don't even know you.
Yeah.
I was like,
well, if you didn't know the guy, I don't blame you for sure.
It was a friend of none of the people that were here before. But it was the friends of them, a friend of them, and I was like, I don't even know this person.
Yeah.
Like, you want to go into a cave and do DMT? I'm like, I don't even know you, dude.
You never want to.
It's not gonna do that.
Yeah. You never want to do psychedelics.
It's always the person who's already done DMT.
Yeah.
Who maybe, like, I don't know, wants to introduce. I've heard about people who do that. They'll do the drug and they already know the drug, and then they try to fuck with someone else who hasn't done the drug before.
Like, oh, really?
I mean, there are people who've done that in the past.
Yeah,
like,
I'm sure.
I've watched this LSD documentary about people who do shit like that. Like, hey, you're tripping out, man.
Yeah.
You're wigging out, dude. What the fuck's wrong with you, man? I don't even know you. And then maybe they don't intentionally do it, but it's like they don't know this person, so it
I've
becomes
had weird
a really bad
experiences
trip. Yeah.
with people I don't know and going into the psychedelic realm. And there was this one guy, he like thought I was gay.
Okay.
And I guess he was a homophobe. But like without him even like saying anything, I felt something.
Yeah.
And it like my trip went from here to like here. And I felt it. You know? Without him
Yeah,
even...
dude, no, they say that like hatred has a color. It's like an aura. I don't know if it's a color, it just presents a thermal energy.
It does. Probably has like a smell to it too. Yeah. You know? And then like I found out later, I was like, why did my trip?
Well, sometimes you just fart and then
felt so weird.
So if I smelled bad earlier, it's because I just ripped ass. I was trying to hold it in.
But yeah, later on I found out that he was a homophobe and he thought I was gay. And like that's why I felt this like crazy vibe from him, and it like totally ruined my trip.
Yeah, anybody who has it out for someone who's gay, like, I feel sorry for that person. Yeah. Like, I've had homophobic thoughts in the past because I was raised Roman Catholic.
Right.
But I think I've definitely grown out of that.
Yeah.
If you were to ask me, are you completely... I would say no. I probably still have some underpinning homophobia just from being told my whole life
that it's not okay.
That it's not okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
but then again, everyone has a homosexual side to them.
Right.
That's been proven by science. Like, if you're watching a movie, you see Brad Pitt, you're like, man, he's a good-looking guy.
Something about it.
Or it's just
something about you wants those.
There's
genes.
something in it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like in the
it
movie,
doesn't even have to be sexual. It's just like, oh yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's just
you know.
Yeah.
But for sure, I mean, I think people have a hard time understanding what they're not. You know what I mean?
And I hate to be cliche, but I had to say Brad Pitt, right?
Yeah.
Because he's the only good-looking guy that's ever. There's plenty of good-looking people. Yeah.
But no, I get that. Like, I used to be not like transphobic.
Yeah.
But I just didn't get it, and I still won't get it. But I just had to come to accept I don't know what it's like to be that person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like that's ultimately what it comes down to with like a lot of issues. Like you don't know what it's like to wear those shoes. Therefore, you cannot judge.
That's true. Yeah.
You know.
I'm just, all right. I just said all right. I was thinking that's. I just realized that seat squeaks. It hasn't been doing that the entire time, has it? For the entire podcast?
No.
Okay.
I haven't been in this position, but
because that's the first time I heard it squeak. I'm like, oh crap. But you can cut that out, by the way.
Yeah.
But I was just making sure that there wasn't gonna be a squeak in the podcast because that would be like terrible. Like we were talking about all that cool thing, and the entire time it was like the whole time.
We're just gonna end it.
Thank you.